What is up, LC heads? Another day in paradise. I am still recovering from the dentist. So, yeah, warning there. I'm not going to sound as great as I usually do. Just give me a second. Drop a bunch of S's. Great. We have Diablo. Yeah, Diablo just dropped. Looks pretty cool. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I kind of thought he was going to be some kind of dragon type. No, he's actually a creature. A creature that is scaling off of, well, all sorts of stats, apparently. If we actually look at his stats, 1572 strength, defense 1312, intelligence 1831, right? Looking more like a mage than a physical attacker. And mind 1632. Notice I said looking like, because he is definitely going to be doing ability damage, which is physical damage, but he's going to be scaling off of strength, intelligence, mind. Mind is a big stat for this guy, because he has a fear buff. He needs to make you fear him. Now, they've implemented this in a very interesting way. So, without the fear buff, he's not going to be getting all his huge bonuses, and you're not going to be getting the crazy, amazing damage. Enemies with fear do minus 20 to minus 60% less damage to you. So fear is really damn good. And how it works is, the higher your mind is, the higher chance you have of making your opponent get that debuff, right? They need to fear you. So your mind needs to be higher than your opponent's, which is going to be fairly easy to do because this guy is going to have a high mind. But when you get to like some kind of crazy god boss fight, that might not be the case. You might actually have to work for it. He does have an ability to break mind by 50%. So that can trigger when he's hitting you with an ability. If he hits you with that ability and it triggers, you now have minus 50% mind. But what if we are talking about a straight up stat stick? Like some boss with such a high mind that even dropping it by 50% isn't going to be enough. Well, they thought of that because after you give an enemy the minus 50% mind debuff, you can then hit that enemy with your ability kit, and you have a chance of proccing another debuff that, well, okay, it's not a debuff, it's a buff. You can cancel out the minus 50% debuff, the minus 50% mind on the enemy, and turn that into a plus 20% mind buff for yourself. So he can hit the enemy, give them minus 50% mind. He can then cancel that buff out and give himself plus 20% mind. And then you would hit the enemy again with your abilities, and you would get that minus 50% mind back on the enemy again. So best case scenario, you get 20% to your mind, and the enemy gets minus 50% to their mind. And then you should be able to get fear onto the boss. So that's how fear is working in a nutshell, and it's a pretty big break. Minus 20 to minus 60% less damage coming from the enemy from just because of fear. That is pretty damn good, right? He also has debuffs in his kit, right? He's going to be able to lower your defense, lower your mind. I do believe, what do we got here? Giga High Drain, defense minus 35%. Giga High Nemesis, all enemies mind minus 35%. Yeah, he's got Giga Weak and Giga Shade. So this is like a Spirit Riot effect. And then you see a lot of his stats. We got Magic up max, so Intelligence 15%. Eccentric, so we have Intelligence, Mind, and Hit Points. intelligence, mind, and MP. Really, really hybrid kit. That's what I'm going to say. He's pulling from everything. We have continuous aura effect. We have things to increase our intelligence. We have things to increase our mind, our MP. And here's kind of where this character gets interesting. The Sorcery Awaken, intelligence, defense, and mind plus 50%. So you're going to get more out of your mind stat than anything, I would think. We have Thaumaturgy Ring Plus, greatly improved physical attack damage based on intelligence. And Serenity, boosts physical attack damage based on mind. When physically attacking, enemy defense minus 50%, 15%, and deal damage. I think Bayland has something like this, where you're scaling off of mind. That's really awesome. So, scaling off of everything. Diablo's skill attacks have a chance to greatly reduce defense / attribute weakness and then deal damage. That's really good to get around any protection that your enemy has. He comes with dual wield, of course, so we get to save 14 SC there. Quick trigger, decoy. Here's where his interesting things are. Power of life and death. Boost special damage based on mind. Is that what that says? Yeah, on mind. When special attacking, if enemy has the fear debuff, which you want them to have, damage plus 100%, damage cap plus 30,000. Chance to insta-kill, excluding bosses and all that. So, a lot more damage to things that are in fear, right? Unwavering loyalty. This is really cool. I think this is really, really cool. Battle start when only one ally other than the unit has creature type. Strength, defense, intelligence, and mind plus 20%. Think about that, folks. He is pooling his damage from his strength, from his intelligence, from his mind, and this is going to give you 20% to all of them. Oh yeah, and 20% more to your defense. All you have to do is run one other creature unit in the party, and you're set. You get all these 20% bonuses. So bringing a Rimuru along, just having one other creature type in the party, this is a big, big bonus that he's going to get. So that's nice. Purification. When getting a basic status ailment, chance to cure status ailment. So very nice and easy way to deal with statuses already built in. And Mind Crush. When skill attacking an enemy with the fear debuff, chance for damage plus 60% and damage cap, what is that, 25,000 more. So you will see some decent damage caps with him, 75,000, something like that, when all these things proc, when the stars align. Now, I haven't got to actually run him. I only ran him in the sample level, so who knows what that's worth, right? But all in all, a very interesting character. Also stop to consider that his special, powerful dark combo attack to all enemies gives enemies a cut dark resistance buff. That's nice. And use enemy mind to determine the damage. The enemy mind is probably going to be broken as hell, right? Because you're given a minus 50% mind debuff. So, you know, once you have an enemy that's in fear and has all these debuffs, you drop your special, World of Fantasy. It should do some substantial damage, and it should drop the dark resistance of the enemy, so the rest of your dark team can do more damage. So I like that he has a dark break built in. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So ailment resistance, we do have some stun resist. Cool, right? So I don't know, what do you guys think about a hero like this? I'll tell you one thing that I noticed here. There's no flinch proof at all whatsoever. So he's not going to be able to do what the Valdora Dragon Man is doing. But hey, he's going to be empowering the team and breaking the enemy, right? Plus, he's a really cool looking hero. He looks good on the screen. His combos look really sweet. He has some backstab built in, like in his abilities. He has moves built in where they have a backstab function built into the move, right? The S2, I think, charge and deal frontal, medium, area, dart combo attack, and then slash attack from the rear. So, easy way to get some more backstab damage from a hero like this when it's already built into your S2. So, interesting hero. I dig the art. What they could have done is made him flinch-proof to things that are scared of him. That would just make sense. If you fear me, you can't flinch me. I'm sure that would make him too powerful, though, right? So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think of Diablo. Let's check out the arc. Oh, this thing is pretty nifty. Battlestar, add 15% of mind to strength. Give skill, special, encounters an anti-creature, undead type effect. That's cool just for that effect. Special damage plus 45%. Special damage cap to boss monsters, another 4,500. That's not shabby. Really, though, the abilities that we're getting from this are very cool. Let everything come to an end. When using an attack special, use 20% of max MP to boost the special damage by 20% and damage cap 5,000. For some heroes, that's going to be really nice. If you have like 100 hit special, you're doing 5,000 more damage with each hit now. So that's pretty cool, right? This is also giving us Creature Saber for 6 SC. Ooh, a lot of S's in that. And we're getting Vengeful Desires. If an ally is incapacitated, strength plus 20%. I could definitely make use of that. We have some anti-type boost in here, concentration, and armor blind resist. So, all in all, a pretty good arc with some stuff to teach. The Vengeful Desire, I think, is great. And let everything come to an end. I think that's useful. And we have a shield here. The Temple Knight Shield. I think it's kind of interesting. Damage taken from brutes, minus 10%. That's beast, fish, plants, insect, birds, creatures. When auto-guarding, damage taken minus 10%. I think that's really nice for an actual guard tank. It's a lot less damage that you're taking just off of that. It's an accessory. So, thing is decent. I'm not going to break the bank over. I'm not going to feed Etherion into it, but pretty cool, pretty cool. More or less here for the unit skills that we can learn. So, yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of Diablo. I definitely like seeing him on the screen. He definitely looks cool. And I'm going to have to hold out on my judgment, see if I can actually get him and run him. But he looks pretty cool, and I like the fact that he does break Dark Attribute. And, yo, some of the breaks, I mean, we're talking like 50% breaks. They're not little, so that's got to be worth something. Anyway, later, everybody. Have an awesome day, and best of luck. We all need it now.